Always fun to visit with etiquette expert Diane Gottsman, who's maybe keeping us in line today. Just everyone can benefit from these. These are 7 ways to strengthen your work relationships. Probably not any group of people that can't benefit from some of these.
That's right.
I think we're all learned something here.
A lot of important tips, so we're just going to get right into it because number 1 rule is don't keep people waiting.
How many times do we have to wait around, get frustrated because someone is late? And you know, I don't like it when none of us like it when we have to tell someone, be here 15 minutes early just so they're going to be on time.
Oh, we all
right.
know those people,
yes.
right?
So make sure you arrive on time because it shows respect for yourself, but it shows respect for the other people.
Yeah.
Don't make anybody wait.
Well, and you're not wasting anybody's time. That's important in these days.
And the excuse about, oh, it was bad traffic. We know what Austin traffic is like. It's bad weather. They need to listen to Zach. You know, so we always need to prepare in advance.
These days you stand out in a good way if you're prompt like that.
That's right.
Yeah. Number 2, kind of the same idea. Return those texts, calls, and emails. Stay on top of that correspondence.
So the protocol is you have 24 hours to return an email, text, or call. The reality is we want to have that return call quicker or email quicker. So if you know you can't get to it, you know you can't answer, you know you can't give them the answer, just text back quickly, email quickly, and say, listen, I don't have the answer for you. I'll get back with you tomorrow. I'll get back with you next Thursday. Let them know you received their communication.
It's a good idea. I know we can all get bad about that. You know, your emails start backing up and you think, oh, I'll get to that soon.
Yes.
I'll get to that soon.
And what happens is we address the most recent first.
Right.
And we should go all the way back to the first ones that we received.
Yes.
Right, some of these tips are for just within the workplace. Be mindful of coworkers who could use a little help. Kind of part of being a team leader.
Wouldn't it be great if we could cross-connect and I learned what Lauren did at the office and you learned, you know, just so we could learn what we are all doing, and that way, indirectly, we are gaining new skills.
Right.
So Amanda's teaching you how to do something at the office. Obviously not here, but you know, in most offices, we're multitasking, but we don't know what everybody else is doing.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yes.
If we're looking to perhaps, I mean, I see Lauren posting videos on her Facebook page all the time, and I really like it. Is it okay for me to reach out to Lauren and say, hey, I'd like to learn about this?
Absolutely.
I can help you.
Good.
You're good
We
at it.
all welcome help. Yes.
Yeah.
This is important. Treat an intern or a new hire to lunch. Kind of welcoming people in.
Yes, so you get an intern in. How wonderful to give them the benefit of your knowledge. And new hires, you know, you hate to be the new hire and nobody really knows what to do. Should you invite them to lunch? Should you not? So give them the benefit of all of your knowledge, all of your information, and welcome them in.
We've all been there.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So.
Just being welcoming creates such a better environment to work as well.
It does.
So that makes a difference.
It's building relationships.
Yeah. Compliment a coworker publicly on a job well done. Compliments are great, public or private, but I guess even more weight when it's said publicly.
So Amanda, I give you a compliment one-to-one, but how much better if I mentioned it in the board meeting or on a newsletter or in front of a bunch of coworkers.
Or in the editorial meeting for us.
Yeah,
perhaps,
there you go.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's great to be nice. It's better when you're nice louder.
So that's a good example.
Yes.
And we've gone through 5 of these, and we've got a 7th to get to, but frankly, we could have done the whole thing on number 6, which is curb the gossip.
Zip it.
That happens.
You know,
That's all
Anywhere people, sadly, people get together,
yes.
it's all over the place.
You lose your power when you have something negative to say. Because if I'm talking about you, I'm talking about someone else. You know, so the second you have something to say, think about it. And if you're on the other end and you're feeling uncomfortable, just say, you know what, let's table this until Dave gets to be here to defend himself, or let's just change subjects. So, you know, you just want to get out of that conversation.
Nobody likes to create office politics.
No.
Stay away from it if you can.
Yeah, that is a
Stay
good
away
call.
from that kind of drama.
Well, and the tough thing is if it's really something that needs to be said, like you said, it needs to be said in front of the person. If it's
That's
that big
right.
an issue, which is hard. That's hard for everybody to do.
Bring in somebody from human resources or the boss.
And you have to wonder, why are you involved? You know, you stay out of it. You know, if there is something that needs to be taken care of, it's probably going to be handled, you know, or it's being handled. And just, you know, you have something better to say than gossip.
You have to worry about being interesting, because the last one is allow your coworkers to see another interesting side of you.
So
Be careful. But, you know,
something
Interesting. Do you want to see it?
there's levels of interesting, Diane.
something positive and interesting.
Okay.
So, you know, think about something that they do not know about you. That's why it's important to go to happy hours. It's important to go to
nice
after-hour events because they get to see you in a different light, not swinging from the chandelier.
Right.
Okay,
I was going to say, I can get progressively more interesting. But yeah.
But something that they don't know about you. You know how to play the piano, or you're the best juggler, or something. You know multiple languages. Just something that makes you more appealing, interesting, relatable.
Yes.
Yeah, the bonding experience.
The bonding experience.
I can do nothing. I got to work on that. I got to learn languages, the piano, and juggling.
And juggle.
So I can be interesting. But those are great tips,
Great tips, yes.
to make the workplace a little bit better. Diane Gottsman, etiquette expert. Always fun visiting. We appreciate it.
Thank you.